In this video, we will be going over what a pension is, how your pension benefit is calculated, and the standard forms of payment available to you. A pension is a monthly defined benefit payable for your lifetime when you retire. You must become vested in the plan in order to be eligible for a benefit. At retirement, married participants can elect a lifetime survivor benefit for their spouse. A vesting service is your right to a benefit. Prior to July 1, 2018, you must work 500 hours to earn a vesting service. After July 1, 2018, you only have to work 350 hours to get one vesting service. After you get 5 vesting service, you are 100% vested and eligible for a benefit. The amount of hours you work will determine how much credited service you earn for each plan year. Effective for hours worked July 1, 18 and after, you would get a quarter pension credit for every 350 hours worked in each plan year. Prior to July 1, 2018, the maximum credit was 1. So for example, let's say that you worked 1,800 hours in this last plan year. If you look at the chart to the right, you'd find where the 1,800 hours falls in order to determine how many credited service you get. So in this example, you would get 1.25 credited service for that plan year. Now you take that credited service and you multiply it by the crediting rate. In this chart here, it shows that prior to 2014, it was 127. From 2014 to 2018, it was 130. And after 2018, it is 140. So if you look at your pension statement, on the far left-hand side are the plan years. Our plan years run from July 1st to the following June 30th. So that means, for example, this line here, this member worked 1,905 hours from July 1, 2013 through June 30th, 2014. So the year on the left-hand side is always the plan year ending. The total hours shows how many hours you worked within that plan year. In this column here are your pension credits. If you notice, in the plan year ending 2019 is when the cap was removed, because this plan year starts with hours worked July 1, 2018 and after. Before that, the maximum pension credits you can earn was 1. In this middle column here is just your accumulation of your pension credits. In this column here is the benefit rates as we discussed previously. It's also down here. And now the benefit amounts column is what gets added up to get you to your accrued benefit. So if we look, for example, at plan year ending 2020, this member worked enough to earn 1.5 pension credits. You take that 1.5 and you multiply it by the 140 to get $210 added to the monthly benefit. And in the far right-hand column are the vesting credits. Recall that prior to July 1, 2018, you had to work 500 hours, and after you have to work 350. So if you notice in plan year ending 2022, this member only worked 150 hours, so the vesting credit did not change. Now, if you go to the very last page of your pension statement, this is where you will see the benefit options that you are entitled to. At the very top is where your effective date will be, and it will tell you the type of benefit that you have. In this example, we are going over what the normal retirement benefit is. Your normal retirement benefit is typically at your age 62 or at your 5th anniversary in the plan if you join the union later. At the very bottom are your benefit options. Depending on what benefit option you choose, will then determine what survivor benefit is available to your spouse if you are married. If you are single, the only benefit option available to you is the straight life or the single life annuity with 60 certain payments. A married participant can also elect this, but this does not provide a survivor benefit payable for your spouse's lifetime. With this straight life benefit, you would receive this benefit for as long as you live, But if you pass away within the first 5 years of retirement, then the remaining payments would be paid to your named beneficiary until 5 years of payments have been paid out. If you pass away after receiving 5 years of payments, then there are no further benefits due. Underneath are the survivor options. J&S stands for joint and survivor. The percentage represents how much your spouse would receive after you pass away. So if you look at the joint and 50% option, this member would get $3,439 per month, and then after he passes away, the spouse would receive $1,720. And if you look at the 100%, the benefits are exactly the same. If you are married and chose one of the joint and survivor options and your spouse passes away before you do, then your benefit is going to pop up to the full benefit amount for the remainder of your lifetime. Here's an example for an early retirement benefit. An early retirement benefit is typically between the ages of 55 and 60. You get a 5% reduction per year for each year that you go before age 60. The reduction goes by month, so every month that you get closer to 60, there is less of a reduction. If you are retiring early, on the last page it will say early retirement at the top, as well as provide your early retirement benefit showing you the factor and how many months early you are retiring. So for this example, this member is retiring 10 months early and is going to get just shy of 96% of his total accrued benefit. One thing that is not shown here is the early unreduced benefit. The early unreduced benefit is typically between the ages of 60 and 62. You do not have a early retirement reduction, but is still not considered the normal retirement benefit because it is defined by the age of 62 in the plan document. If you are unsure of what benefit option to elect, please speak with a financial advisor to determine which benefit option best fits you and your spouse's needs after retirement.